All right, we try to repair a leaky backflow. These are your check control valves. And I was having a leak, if you can see it, right through here into the drain, which luckily I have it piped out to my French drains. And basically inside each one of these, you've got a seal. You see a seal, a spring, and a boppet. And the boppet has its own seal underneath of it. This is the new seal and not the original seal, which I need to find. This is what the original one looks like. A lot of times you just get debris on the bottom of these, and it gets wedged in here and it causes a small leak. I tried taking mine out, cleaning it, putting it back together, and I still had a leak, but that's because I failed to seal anything. I need to do that. So I'm taking it back apart. I'm going to replace it all with the new seals, so it will look like this, and put it back together and hope I do not have a leak. Just bear with me. This is the old ring that I pulled off, and you can see it's got a lot of crud. It doesn't appear to be damaged in any way, shape, or form, and it's thicker than the one that I have in the kit. The one in the kit I have is thinner. It does fit, it's the right size, but it is thinner. So I'm going to try to clean up the old one and take a look at it and make sure, see what's going on with it. Just took a rag and wiped it off. I honestly do not see any damage to this ring. Need to clean it a little bit better. I think I'm going to put the old seals back on because the new ones are so much thinner. I'm kind of worried about that. And I'm going to put the gel on the seal. I've also decided to put some plumber's tape before putting the seal back. But I still haven't gelled it. I need to gel it, I think. So let me do that first. I'm going to put plumber's tape on each one to help give it some extra support. Alright, I took the old seal out again, and I've already done this once before. And this is clean now because I just cleaned it. But when I ran the system just for like 10 minutes after I put it back together and noticed I still had a small leak, there was a little bit of debris under here, so I have a feeling there's some defect in the old seal that I really can't see. So I've decided to go use the new seal. So I've already done one. I'm going to do the other one next. I mean, they just, take a flathead screwdriver, pop it out, put the new one in, and then screw it back together. Alright, both of these are done now. These are done. This is the old spring. This is the old spring. And these are the two new replacement springs. This one really expanded. Maybe the one is supposed to be longer than the other. I think I'm going to put the old springs back in. I'm not going to be able to show you how to do this, but basically you're going to take the boppet, put it back in, put the spring in, and it's going to take two hands for you to hold this down while you screw it, because the spring's going to want to force it out, so you have to push it in and then tighten it. I actually decided to put the new spring in. The old spring is pretty loosey-goosey, stretched out, so I did put the new spring in. I just hand tightened it right now. We're going to work on this one. It's a good idea to take a rag in here and clean everything out to make sure there's no debris sitting inside of your pipe that's causing a seal issue. So clean that out thoroughly before you put the back in. Alright, both are back in. I just hand tightened them now. So we're going to use a nice good old 32 wrench. Do not use an impact wrench, you're liable to break it. So just hand tighten as much as you can, and then pray when you cut it on it doesn't leak. Alright, moment of truth. We are going to see if we have any leaks. I'm going to dry everything off. The kit, which I'm going to post at the bottom of the video, comes with a, well, I guess it's, I don't know what you call it, like a gasket seal that goes in here. It's paper. It's like a head gasket on a car. But this is not leaking, and I thought about taking it apart and doing it anyway, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Leave it alone. It's just plumbing, which I hate. So I have tightened everything up. Make sure, double check. Alright. Looks dry, sort of dry. In case you're wondering what this hose is, this is for my dehumidifier in the crawl space. And I've got to do this a little better because it's not flowing correctly. I'll have to fix that later. But let's turn this on first. I'm gonna turn this one on first. This is my line out to my irrigation system. This is my main line that shut off the water. Well, that was a bit of disaster. I switched the springs and put the ones that came in the kit. And apparently a poppet check valve has to have a certain amount of tension or the valve doesn't open and close like it's supposed to. So when I turned this puppy on, water just poured out of the check valve. I mean, just full force, giant disaster. So I'm now taking it back apart again. I have put the original springs back in, but I have not put the old seals back in. I still have the orange seals in it. I'm gonna try turning it on again and see if I have a disaster. I'm gonna put it down because I can't hold this and do it at the same time. Holy crap, it's holding. So far, so good. Oh my goodness. Now look for leaks. So clearly you have to have the right spring in it or it does not work. Appears to be holding. Let's go check the irrigation system and find out. I don't see any evidence of leaks. That's good news, right? I hear it running too. Both are on. Let's go try it out. Alright, station 1 is running. I do not see any leaks. That's good news. Oh my gosh, it would be great if this is job done. I don't see any water. So the valves must be working. Yay, job done, I believe. I'm gonna test it and just see if we have any issues. Anyway, I'll put the link to the kit from Amazon below. I would not recommend you change the springs out unless the springs in the kit are an exact match for the springs that you already have. I did replace the seals. I did put plumber's tape to help seal any potential leaks coming from this or this. I did not change the gasket in there. I don't see any drips. Holy shnikes. I think we fixed it.